Do you know the 7 biggest mistakes people make when trying to emotionally support their partner? That's what we're going to talk about this week, because sometimes we need to look at what isn't working before we can fix it. But first, my name is Michelle Ferris. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I love helping people create relationships without sacrificing their big hearts. So this week's topic actually comes from my husband because he gave me a really lovely compliment and told me that I was a really good support person. And I thought, boy, you know what? I need to do a video on that because these are really important skills. Because if you know how to support your partner or your mother or significant relationships that you have, you're going to be a lot more treasured. Because when we feel supported, we feel loved, we feel cherished, and we actually trust that person more. So this is going to be a skill that you're going to get a lot of mileage out of. But first, let's talk about what gets in the way. So mistake number 1 is giving advice. We all tend to fall into this. I have too. And the reason we do this is because we want to be helpful. But the problem is that most people actually don't want advice. They really want to be heard. They want to have a platform where they can just say what they're upset about and really hear themselves talk for a few minutes and get it out. Because sometimes when people give us advice when we're hurting, it feels like they're kind of trying to rush the process. Like, okay, just do this and then we can move on, right? And that doesn't feel very good. Like somebody's telling you what they think you should do versus allowing you to come to it yourself, okay? Sharing your own stories. Now, this one might seem a little counterintuitive, but here's what I mean. When you share your story, say somebody is really upset and you're sharing a similar story, but the problem is it starts to derail the conversation back to you. So now you're in pain, you're kind of into your own story and having some emotion, and the person who needs support, namely your partner, doesn't get it. So that's what we have to be careful of, is to not share too much of our story, because when we're trying to be supportive, we're really more in listening mode than talking mode, okay? Number 3, being too quiet. Now, for some of you, this is going to be a challenge because you may naturally not know what to say and you may naturally be more quiet. But here's the thing. If we're too quiet and we don't say anything, that often shows the other person that we aren't interested, because we're not really engaging in a back and forth conversation, which is really helpful when we're wanting to show support, is to just have that flow of some talking and some listening so that the other person feels like we're with them. Number 4, being distracted. All of us have probably been on our phones at times when our partner is trying to talk to us. You know what? That's human. But when our partner really needs our support and our attention, it's really important to be more mindful and actually put your phone down or put the computer away and just focus on them. And again, you're not going to need to do this all the time. Now, of course, you can use these tips with family and friends, but for this discussion, I'm mainly talking about our partner. Number 5, not following up or remembering important events. So say something significant is happening and you're supporting your partner through it, but then you forget to actually follow up. Maybe they had a really important business meeting that day, or a friend was having surgery and you supported them through it, but you actually didn't remember to follow up and ask right after it happened, like, hey, how did that surgery go? Or how did your meeting go? Because that's going to show that you are thinking of them even when they're not with you. You're remembering, hey, you know what? My partner was going to have that thing that day and I need to follow up on that, because that's one of those gems that really shows how much we care. Number 6, avoiding eye contact. This is important because we need to show that we're interested. And when we're not gazing anywhere in their direction, they're going to make the natural assumption that we're not interested. So if we're looking down, we're looking away, again, it's going to send a message that we may not want to send. So for some of you, especially if this is uncomfortable, this is going to take baby steps, and that's okay. I just want you to be aware of if this is a challenge for you. Now, number 7, this is a biggie. This is when we assume the worst. So say our partner is sharing their story and we get riled up and we start to say, well, you know what? You shouldn't even be talking to that person anymore. I think they're terrible. I think you should just forget all about them. So we're making an assumption and we're also giving them advice, but we're leading them into a negative direction instead of staying with where they're at. Or you might be assuming that something really bad is going to happen. Oh, well, you know, if you talk to your boss, maybe they'll fire you. And then you actually start freaking them out without realizing it. I don't want that to happen either. So just be mindful if you're a person that tends to assume the worst, because again, that can also derail a conversation and not make your partner feel supported. Because a lot of times when we're in conflict or we're hurting, we need to have some hope. And that's what the support is supposed to do, is to give some hope. So be sure to come back next week when I give you the 7 secrets on how to become a supportive partner. And be sure to click like if you enjoy this video so that more people can see it. All right, thanks so much. Bye.